Firing of cannon shots is a very dangerous business, and this is why only the brave get into this industry. But accidents happen in every business, and no one saw this coming. Chidinma had what could be described as the worst day of her life when she got involved in an accident involving cannon shots that almost blew off her legs. Rural News Tourism took us to Oboduku in Idatonot local government area of Imo State, where we met Chidinma, who was still in pains but could manage a few smiles to keep her spirit alive. Chidinma's husband, Oke Aluche, popularly known as Akrika, is an experienced cannon shots operator in the entire community, and he has been in this business since he was 10 years old. In fact, firing of cannon shots is a business that runs through his family. His first son, Ifani, his second son, Chimezie, his wife, Chidinma, are all professional cannon shots operators, and Chidinma is the only woman in the entire Oboduku community that is involved in this business. Akrika's late father and grandfather were very popular cannon shots operators in their days. Akrika is truly a complete professional, but no one saw this coming. This is where the accident happened. 76 of these cannons were filled with gunpowder and they were being prepared for business. And then luck ran out on safety that day, and that was why the accident took place. The gunpowder that was filled here, they were safe, but part of the gunpowder that was outside somehow caught fire, and then the entire 76 exploded. And that was how the accident that I just showed you happened, but it was outside here. But misfortunes happen in business, and Akrika has since put what happened behind him and has moved forward with business. Since no one captured what happened on camera, I decided to try my little knowledge of fine art to sketch the incident so you can better appreciate the nightmare that befell Akrika's family. Akrika got a job from a client in a neighboring community to fire about 170 cannon shots in an event. He decided to prepare the cannon shots a day before the event by filling the iron jackets shaped into pipes as cannons with sand and gunpowder, so that the next day he will just carry them to where he will fire them. That, of course, will make it easy for him to meet up with the deadline. It was indeed a big contract, so the entire family had to join Akrika to fill the empty pipes with sand and gunpowder in readiness for the event. The process involves using a stick to compress the gunpowder into the pipe-shaped iron jacket, and this required hitting the stick with a hammer. About 76 cannons had been fully loaded with gunpowder before the nightmare began. As Akrika hit the head of a stick with a hammer to force gunpowder into the iron pipes, the hammer and the stick somehow, strangely, sparked off light, which ignited the gunpowder in one of the cannons Akrika was holding. He quickly threw it away from where the fully loaded cannons were packed. Unfortunately, the entire ground had grains of gunpowder scattered everywhere, and the single cannon on fire which Akrika had thrown away, on touching the ground, set the grains of gunpowder on the floor ablaze. The fire was connected through a line of gunpowder to the place where 76 fully loaded cannons had been packed, and that was close to where Akrika, his wife and kids were sitting. The disaster began. All the 76 fully loaded cannons started exploding, flying to different directions. Everyone ran helter-skelter in shock and disbelief. It was like a race in the dark. Chidimma was unlucky. As she ran, 2 cannons exploded and headed towards her direction. They blasted through her legs. She fell immediately as blood gushed out of both legs. When the smoke from the blasts cleared, all Akreka could see was grief, pain, and blood. His daughter, Mesoma, had been hit on the leg. His second son, Chimezie, had been hit on the head. His wife, Chidimma, was lying in a pool of her blood with both legs hit by 2 different cannons. Akreka and his first son were so lucky they survived the nightmare without a scratch. Chidimma spent the next 3 months and 2 weeks in the hospital before she was brought back home to begin the recovery process. She tried to tell us the story of what happened.
My husband got a job to prepare about 160 Canon shots, so he told me to assist him in preparing the cannons. I put the gunpowder in the empty iron jacket, while his job was to compress them. He had done more than 60 of them. Then, as he was holding one of them and hitting a stick in it to compress the gunpowder, we don't know where fire came from and touched the one he was holding. He threw it away immediately. I don't know how the fire got to the ones that were already fully loaded with gunpowder, and they started exploding and flying to different directions. So I was actually running away when they hit me on both legs.
When Chidimma was hit by the cannons, one of the leading age grades in the community, Ofuobi age grade, came to her rescue. They provided about ₦1 million for her to do an operation in her legs to correct the broken bones. The first operation unfortunately failed. Ofuobi again provided another fund close to ₦1 million, and the second operation, which saved Chidimma's legs, was conducted. Ofuobi is one of the most philanthropic age grades you can find anywhere in Imo State. Now, Ofuobi is here in Obuduku, Idatonot local government area of Imo State. In fact, in this community, they do a lot of things. They fix hospitals, they fix roads, they fix schools, and they're into philanthropy. And Ofuobi did a lot for Akreka and the family, and they are glad over that. Chidimma is very grateful to Ofuobi for this kind gesture.
I don't know how to thank Ofuobi age grades. If not for Ofuobi age grades, maybe these legs would have been cut off. Only God will bless them for what they do for me. All of them. God will bless them and their businesses. He will give them back the money they spent on me in 100-folds.
Akreka says that what happened will not stop him from continuing in the business of firing cannon shots. No way. How can that be? No one says that kind of thing. It is the devil that came to work, and he has done his worst, and that one has passed. But for Chidimma, that is not the same story.
I can help him to prepare the gunpowders and separate it in the sun to dry, but I don't think I will come close to where he is loading them in the iron jacket.
Chidimma says she wants to stop the business of preparing and firing cannon shots, and that she is looking for fund to start some kind of trading business that will yield her enough fund to take care of her family.
I want a good business I will be doing that will be moving well, so I can get enough money from it.
Sad experience indeed, but Chidimma is recovering gradually. Mmesoma recovered faster than her mother, and now she walks around while waiting for her legs to heal completely. Chimezie's wound has since healed, as it was just a scratch he got on the head. Akrika and family have moved on with life, hoping that such accident will never come their way again.